Hello everyone. So up to last lecture we discussed about concept of factorial experiment. Then in that we discuss about 2 square factorial experiment and 2 cube factorial experiment. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss one new concept, and that concept is confounding in factorial design. So first we will discuss what is confounding. So we know that in factorial experiment, as the number of factors and the levels at which they are employed increases, then the total number of treatment combination also increases rapidly. Okay? So if we increase a number of factors and each factor is at 2 levels, then total number of treatment combinations are also increases rapidly. It means that our block size is also increases. So suppose we consider 2 raised to 10 factorial experiment, means suppose we consider 10 factors and each factor is at 2 levels, then we get 1024 units. It means that we want to divide our block into 1024 experimental units. But it is difficult to consider a block, homogeneous blocks, which we want to divide into 1024 units. So in this case it is difficult to use 2 square or simple 2 square or 2 cube factorial experiment, because in this type of experiment when our factors are large, then we get a large number of experimental unit, and in that case it is difficult to consider homogeneous blocks. So what is the confounding? So in confounding, if we consider one replicate, then we divide that replicate into 2 or more equal subgroups, that is blocks, and after that we assign various treatment combinations into that 2 or more subgroups. So it means that in confounding we consider one experiment, and if we have a total if we have 2 raised to n factorial, if we consider 2 raised to n factorial experiment, it means that we get a number of experimental units for that experiment. So according to that we divide our replicates into 2 or more blocks of same size. So this is confounding. So what is the definition for confounding? So the process by which unimportant comparisons are deliberately confused or mixed up or entangled with the block comparisons for the purpose of assessing more important comparisons with greater precision is called as a confounding. This is little bit difficult definition of confounding. There is another definition. The definition is the process in which, by reducing the block size and taking one or more interaction contrast identical with block contrast, is known as confounding. So in confounding we try to reduce block size, and we after that we assign different treatment combination into that experimental unit of that particular block. So this is the concept of confounding. So mainly there are two types of confounding. One is a total confounding and second one is a partial confounding. First we will discuss what is total confounding. So a confounding is said to be total confounding if the same effect is confounded in all the replicates. Suppose we consider R replicates, and in each replicate if we confound same effect, then that type of confounding is total confounding. So actually what is confounding? We delete effect of that particular interaction from that replication. Okay, this is a simple concept of confounding. So what is total confounding? Let us discuss one example. Suppose we consider 2 cube factorial experiment. So in this experiment we get 8 treatment combinations. And suppose we consider 3 replicates in this experiment, then we confound our ABC interaction effect in all the 3 replicates. Okay, so in this case we can say that this ABC is totally confounded if if we consider 3 replicates, and in each replicate if we confound ABC effect, then we can say that ABC is totally confounded in that experiment. So this is total confounding. And what is partial confounding? Confounding is said to be partial confounding if the different effects are confounded in the different replicates. Means that in each replicate we confound a different effect. Means that we delete effect of that particular interaction from that replicate. So the example is, suppose we consider 2q factorial experiment. In this experiment we get 4 interaction effect: AB, AC, BC and ABC. And suppose we consider 2 replicates here, and in each each replicate is divided into 2 blocks. Okay, and if we confound ABC effect in first replicate and BC interaction effect in second replicate, then we can say that this ABC and BC are partially confounded. Okay, so if we have 2 replicates, so we confound one effect, one interaction effect on first replicate and another interaction effect on second replicate. So this type of confounding is nothing but partial confounding. So these are the 2 important types of confounding. One is a total confounding, in which we confound same effect on all replicate, and second is a partial confounding, in which we confound different effect on different replicates. So now we will discuss total confounding in 2q factorial experiment, means how this confounding work in this 2q factorial experiment. So in this we will discuss first total confounding in highest order interaction effect ABC in 2q factorial experiment when we consider only single replication. Okay, so here we consider highest order interaction effect ABC in 2q factorial experiment, and we want to confound this effect totally with a single replicate. Okay, so first, what are the different steps? Consider 2q factorial experiment with factors A, B and C. So here we have 3 factors and each factor is at 2 levels. Okay. So here we get 8 treatment combinations: 1 A, B, AB, C, AC, BC and ABC. So these are the 8 treatment combinations. So here we want to confound highest order interaction effect ABC in a single replicate. So here we consider only one replicate. So first write down formula for interaction effect ABC, and we have already discussed expression for this. So interaction effect ABC is 1 by 4 A minus 1 into B minus 1 into C minus 1. So this can be written as, just simplify these 3 brackets. So we get ABC equals to 1 by 4 in bracket treatment mean for ABC minus BC treatment mean minus AC plus C minus AB plus plus B plus A minus 1. Now how this confounding works? Okay, so in order to confound the interaction effect ABC with blocks of all treatment combinations with positive sign are allocated at random in one block, and those with negative sign in the another block. So here we consider one replication. So we divide this one replicate into 2 homogeneous blocks. Okay, so in first block we consider all treatment combination which has positive sign. Okay, and in block 2 we consider all the treatment combinations which has a negative sign. So here we separate treatment combination with positive sign and negative sign. Okay, so these are the treatment combinations with positive sign ABC, A, B and C. So here we confound ABC interaction effect. So in this interaction effect, if we consider, see this expression, so here ABC, C, B and A. These are the four terms which has positive sign. So we write that all positive sign terms here. ABC, A, B and C. And these are the treatment combination which has a negative sign. Okay, 1, AB, AC and BC. These are the treatment combinations with a negative sign. Okay. So here we have single replicate in which we consider two homogeneous block 1 and block 2. Okay. So here also here we use randomization, and this randomization is considered at two stages. Okay. So what is the randomization in first step? Apply positive and negative group of treatment combinations in block 1 and block 2 at random. Okay. So it is not necessary if we assign positive sign treatment combination in block 1, then it is not necessary to apply a positive sign treatment combination in replicate 2 of block 1. So here also we can randomly assign positive and negative group of treatment combination in block 1 or block 2. So this is the first stage of randomization. What is second stage of randomization? So here suppose positive group of treatment combination is assigned to block 1. Okay, suppose we assign this positive treatment combination to block 1, then apply ABC, A, B and C. These are the positive treatment combinations at random in the 4 experimental units of block 1. So in 2-cube experiment we have 8 treatment combination, and we divide this one replication into 2 blocks. So hence in each block we get 4 treatment combinations. So we divide block 1 into 4 experimental unit, and then we assign this positive sign treatment combination into these 4 experimental units of block 1. And similarly negative group of treatment combination is assigned to block 2. Then we apply 1 AB, AC and BC at random in the 4 experimental units of block 2. So size of block 2 is also 4. So there are 4 experimental units in block 2, and then we apply these negative treatment combinations to this block 2 experimental unit. So here we use randomization in two stage. In first stage we assign positive and negative group of treatment combination in block 1 and block 2 at random, and in second stage also we if we assign positive group of treatment combination to block 1, then we assign that positive treatment combination into that block 1 randomly. And similarly in block 2 also we use randomization to assign treatment combination which has negative sign. So this is randomization, and we get this layout. So here we consider only one replicate. So this replicate is divided into 2 blocks, homogeneous blocks. Suppose this is block 1 and this is block 2. Then we randomly assign positive and negative group of treatment combination to the block 1 and block 2. So here I assign positive treatment group of treatment combination to block 1 and negative treatment combination to block 2. So here I assign randomly B, A, ABC and C. And similarly in block 2 also we assign these 4 negative treatment combination randomly into these 4 experimental units AB, AC, BC and 1. So this is the model layout when we consider total confounding, or when we confound highest order interaction effect ABC in 2Q factorial experiment with single replicate. Now we will discuss total confounding of highest order interaction effect ABC in 2q factorial experiment when we consider 4 replications. So suppose we have 4 replications, then we divide each replication into 2 homogeneous blocks. So if we consider replication 1, then so in 2q factorial experiment we have 8 treatment combinations. In that we have 4 positive treatment combinations and 4 negative treatment combinations. So each replication is divided into 2 homogeneous blocks, and each block is divided into 4 experimental units. So in that case we use randomization. So if we consider replication 1, then randomization is applied at 2 stages. So in stage 1 we apply positive and negative group of treatment combinations in block 1 and block 2 at random in each replication. Okay, so with the help of randomization we assign positive and negative group of treatment combination into block 1 and block 2 of each replication. And in second stage, suppose we consider positive group, and that positive group is assigned to block 1, then ABC, A, B and C, these are the positive treatment combinations. So we apply these positive treatment combinations at random in the 4 experimental units of block 1. So suppose in replication 1, positive group of treatment is assigned to the block 1, then we assign these 4 treatment combinations into that block 1 randomly. And similarly, negative group is assigned to block 2, then we apply this 1 AB, AC, BC treatment combinations at random in the 4 experimental units of block 2. So in replication 1, positive group is assigned to block 1 and negative group is assigned to block 2. Then second, if we consider replication 2, in this replication also our randomization is at 2 stages. So in stage 1, positive group is assigned to, suppose we assign positive group to block 2, then we apply these positive ABC, A, B and C at random in the 4 experimental units of block 2. So in replication 2, we assign positive group to block 2, and similarly we assign negative group of treatment combination to block 1. It means that we apply these 4 treatment combinations 1, AB, AC and BC at random in the 4 experimental units of block 1. So this is replication 2. Similarly, we write this theory for replication 3 and replication 4, since we consider 4 replication. So in this way we use randomization at 2 stages, and we assign positive and negative group of treatment combination to block 1 and block 2 randomly. So how we get model layout for this? Okay, so here we consider 4 replicates. Okay, so in replicate 1 we have 2 block 1 and block 2. So in block 1 we assign positive treatments, and in block 2 we assign negative treatments at random into 4 experimental units of each block. So in replication 1 we get design B, A, ABC and C, and in block 2 we get AB, AC, BC and 1. So this is about replicate 1. Then in replicate 2 we assign negative group of treatment combination to the block 1 and positive treatment combination to the block 2. So here in block 1 we get 1 AB, AC and BC, and in block 2 we assigned these 4 treatments randomly. We get design B, A, C and ABC. Similarly, we use randomization in block 2, block 3 at 2 stages. So here also in replication 3 we assign positive treatment combination to block 1 and negative treatment combination to block 2 at random. So we get design A, B, ABC and C in block 1 and AC1, AB and BC in block 2. Similarly, in replication 4, sorry, here we have replication 4, and in this replication also we assign positive treatment combination to block 1 and negative group to block 2 at random. So we get design ABC CBA in block 1 and 1 BC AB AC in block 2. So in this way we consider randomization at two stages. In stage 1, we assign positive and negative group of treatment combination to the block 1 and block 2 randomly, and in stage 2 we assign that positive or negative group of treatment combination to that block random. So in this way we get model layout when we consider ABC as a totally confounded effect on 4 replicate. Similarly, your homework is write down this model layout when we consider R replicates in which we confound ABC effect totally. Thank you. Thank you.